Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that hit my fault, they want me. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now she me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shows. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I been a man. Still gon' love me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it done. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. You know I gotta give them what they ask for. Like Tupac spitting out of tabloids. I'm Will Smith hanging with the bad boys. Get it done with where I'm from, they never had much. Waters and crackers when they had lunch. Everyone quick to do it. No living like 5. Still got a heart of gold. So don't let me go, cause I'm here for you. Akon flow like it's 06. To my whole fam, please don't trip. Thug Mo's at it again. I'm a dog, but I'm no. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You can get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. I got what you want, what you need. You know I'm on my way. Baby, come ride with me. This is not a drill. I gotta keep it real. You could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Come ride with me. Baby, come ride with me. Ride with me. Baby, come ride with me.
We got London on the track.
Hey, I need 2 bucks. What the 2 bucks? What that cool cost? What that 2 bucks? What your jewels cost? What that cool cost? I need 2 bucks. I'm the new horse.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hook. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. And get back yours again. Back to back in them Ferraris, we stay horse playing. Run up on us and I'm gon' heck. Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them hundreds, I married. You see my money and ice everywhere on them. And we each other cause we don't cherish them.
Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Thomas to Luke Kennard. Here comes the screen. Jonas Valanciunas. Huge block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Luke Kennard. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. To Valanciunas. Fires the 3. Rebound to Detroit. Griffin to Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. Thomas to Griffin. Serge Ibaka snatching it out of the air. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. To Lowry. Going to launch beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the three.
Thomas across the timeline. 5-point game. To Luke Kennard. Johnson. To Thomas. Nothing going here on that drive. Thomas to Griffin. Thomas. Not going down here. Toronto with the basketball. To Ibaka. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 to shoot. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Down low, Randolph. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in. So it's time to get going.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Fred VanVleet. Here's a chance from long range and drains it.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Thomas into the front court. 8-2 our score.
Right.
Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. That's a Euro step, a side step. However they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that, whew.
Thomas with the basketball. 10-4 is the score. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the first quarter. The Raptors in front. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game.
Let's go, fellas. It's go time.
Substitutions.
Fred VanVleet to Powell. 4-3. And he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Here comes the screen. Galloway, guarded by Taj Gibson. And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Reggie Jackson, guarded by Gibson. Can't connect. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead.
Shoot that, boy.
Fires the 3. Rebounds taken down by the Raptors. Toronto has the basketball.
Lock up, lock up.
John Lohr with the block. Jackson with it. Final minute, first half.
On your lap, here he comes.
Has a chance off the assist.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
I got ball.
Fred VanVleet. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Hey, lock up.
Gets it in the right corner. For 3, knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Easy path to the rim. That misses with 2 seconds to go. That'll do it for the first half. The Raptors have the lead.
The Raptors absolutely dominated the competition in the first half.
It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
The possession in favor of Detroit. To Griffin. Here comes the screen.
Coming right.
Griffin strong to the hoop, but his shot stays out. To Lowry. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Toronto. Lowry. Lets it fly from long range, and it's Randolph with the rebound. Johnson to Thomas. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
To Lowry. Down to 5 on the 24. Beyond the arc for 3. Gets it to go. And the foul.
The most important. Important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm. And that's what we saw.
Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Jackson with it. Trailing by 14. To Stanley Johnson. Count it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Here we go. I got him.
Fires the 3. Drains it.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Luke Kennard slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters. But when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Fareed. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Jackson with it. His guys down big. Here comes the screen. Reggie Jackson against Al-Farouq Aminu. Kenneth Fareed tips it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
pass stolen by Detroit. Jackson. Kenneth Faried pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Great feed. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Jackson. Shot from the lane won't go. Curling inside. And the finish, slam dunk.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Has a look. Reggie Jackson. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. It's been all Raptors. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
To Griffin. Won't go.
You know you can't shoot.
To Van Vliet. Taj Gibson above the rim. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And ooh, I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Reggie Jackson, not that time. Blake Griffin swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Whistle stops play, and we'll get a timeout here for Detroit as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions.
A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Nice pass to get things going.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
I'm on D. I'm on D.
To Van Vliet.
Take my.
Nice pass to set things up. Going to launch beyond the arc. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
To Reggie Jackson. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
The drive, right to the basket, right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Fred Van Vliet. Here's a chance from long range. Offense and a put-back slam.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. And the basket good at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Van Vliet. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. It's Detroit's ball. To Jackson. Great dish to set it up. Stanley Johnson, strong finish.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Tough make through traffic.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up.
First foul in the last 2 minutes.
17-footer at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is over. It's the Raptors.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Maxo, bust down, Maxo, bust down, seal up, break it down, wait up, bust it down, seal up, then up, buzz down, got it in the old name, the buzz. We don't even hear, we just buzz down. Got my on the roof, gon' make them buzz down. By the it's a buzz down, run through the grass like a touchdown. Play, but it no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down, seal up, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 50, 100, I'm down. Stay 10 toes, I'm down. 10 toes, red with them. Diamond dance like Chris Brown. Look at my water, don't drown. Neck whip like baptized. Church, MJ with the 4-5. No buzz, hey what? Like a mummy. Fake to a dummy. Got a lot of young dummies. Go roll rap with the tummy. By the apartment, I moved the in abundance. Buzz on the I split the like circumference. Then up, it's a buzz down. Got it in the old name, the buzz. We don't even hear, we just buzz down. Got my on the roof, don't make them buzz down. By the it's a buzz down. Run through the grass like a touchdown. Play with it, no buzz down. Try to take my chain, I'ma buzz down. Buzz down, seal up, buzz down, buzz down, buzz down. 30, 50, 100, I'm down. I keep high up. Yeah, it's my decorator. Choices like PlayStation. PlayStation. Can't keep my weight. My impatient. Whoa. Remix. In the base. In the dish. In the kitchen. Post 3 times 10. Hurricane chopper, a baby. Got weed like Sinead. Throwing them like Luda. I'm older like a. I pass it like a. Excuse me. My feet down here. Cold with it like Martin. Break it down. Pick it up. Put it up. Bring it back. Then up. It's a buzz down. Got it in the old name. The buzz. We don't even hear. We just buzz down. Got my like a touchdown. Play, but no bust down. Try to take my chain, I'ma bust down. Bust down, see it, look, bust down, break it down, bust down.
Professor Live.
What's happening, everybody? Professor Live. Today we're gonna react to the one who just went off on a whole nother level from deep. Let's check it out. Notice that when the one is hitting all these shots, the balance is intact. Same shot every time. With rhythm like that, the one is unstoppable. Big thank you to everybody who checked out this video. As you can see, the one shooting form was on another level.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. I know that it's difficult. I'm stacking this paper, it's sort of habitual. I put a residual and f***ing your like it's part of my ritual, part of the visual. But money you give me it's typical. I wanted it physical. $1 million I count up in intervals. Without it I'm miserable. Don't wanna fall off, so I'm all in my bag. Thinking God like it's biblical. I know it's gonna solve every problem I have. I ball on the principle. Remember the teachers was all of my. Now look all of them pitiful. And all of a sudden I'm so good at math. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up. Count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die. Uno, dos, tres. Big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give a if it kills. It mixed well. I'm only counting big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give a if it kills. It mixed well. I'm only counting. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Proceed with caution. I heard if you taste it, it only results in a hole in your heart. I take the whole cake and I won't leave a portion. It's only an organ. Ain't got mama couldn't afford it. The loneliest orphan. I flip my misfortune and grow me a fortune. My rollie is scorching. The that hated is slowly endorsing. Not coldly important. My beside me like Tommy and Martin. We ballin' your courtin'. The with your like we Tony your heart. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up. Count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it. Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die.
My girl, so you talking about what? I got name, man. Yeah, no name. No, it's straight like that, though.
Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most, ducking. In my guy, design your post, look in your eyes, and I see, hold on, be surprised when you see nothing for no nothing. Ain't got nothing for no nothing. Be doing the most, I was ducking. Me and my guy, design your post, look in your eyes, and I see, hold on, be surprised. Tell you wanna, you can't be the cops. I can't play myself out like that. Keep getting that dope. Counting mine, won't be trying to get no on my note. I would die bad on my look, my dog like farmers go. Ain't been sweet, but neither is me, so my B300 the most. I keep close phones, but I don't boast. I know what it's like to not have that ain't gonna try me without saying I win it. Gonna disrespect the try my straight up fight that 6 ain't with what I'm with you getting dismissed. I give a fatal Jada kiss. Come through. What tell you wanna,
We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the 4th largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the 6.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Lowry lets it fly from beyond the arc. That won't go. Redick with it. He'll run the offense. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Ibaka. Trying to cash in. Pulls up for 2.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Russell into the front court. Down 2. To Redick. Short jumper and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Beyond the arc for 3. Rebound taken by Hollis Jefferson. Redick with it. Looking to make something happen. To Ibaka. Here's a chance from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Russell to Redick. Russell. Oh, can't do that.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
Substitutions, Toronto.
To Wade.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
And it's Aminu with the rebound. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, and the power and the come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a killer. Playing no games with you. Pop clutch, switch lanes on you. Look, I laid down the game for you. Taught you how to charge more than what they paid for you. Own the whole thing for you. Reinvest, double up, then explain for you. Gotta be love. Run the city, it gotta be cuz. It's for the pieces I took off the Monopoly board. Hey, y'all boss claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood about your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a... Nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to... Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked.
We say A from Toronto for this one from north of the border. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the motto in Canada is We the North. There's only one direction the Raptors are going right now, and that is up.
Ed, I heard it all. Hustle over hype. Built for bought. North over everything. It doesn't matter what the battle cry is.
Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Screen coming. Lowry to Valanciunas. Trying to cash in. Knocks down a tough shot. Now a smothering defense.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Russell with it up top. Down just a couple. To Redick. The Nets now with 4 to shoot. Redick, almost, but no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Ibaka. Lowry. Has a chance. Deep two there, won't go.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Lowry. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Dinwiddie with the basketball. They trail by 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Brooklyn with 4 to shoot. Shot no good there by Dinwiddie. Count it.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
To Wade. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Dwayne Wade, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. Toronto with the basketball. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Dinwiddie picked up by Gibson. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Fred VanVleet. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Dinwiddie.
Come right, screen, come right.
To Allen Crabbe. Dwayne Wade. Won't go down. Beyond the arc for three. Brooklyn secures the rebound. Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter is complete. The Raptors in front. One quarter in the books. This has the potential.
Substitutions, Brooklyn. Substitutions, Toronto. 2 minutes.
Russell to Wade.
Screen.
Over to the right side. Has a look. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Oh, don't see the read, be the read.
Toronto has the basketball. To Lowry. Lets it fly from long range. Can't get the bounce. Russell into the front court. Down 2. To Wade. Slams it home on the putback.
And I got a chance to hear a lot of the conversation at the bench. And one of the things they called out was owning the backboards. Looks like the message is really getting through.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
And he missed the free throw. To Russell. The Raptors able to clear the board. It's the Raptors with the basketball. To Lowry.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Surveys the floor. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. 3 for 3 in this first half.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Russell to Wade. Jonas Valanciunas able to recover with the block. Here comes the screen.
Watch cut.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That misses with a second to go. That's it for the first half. The Raptors have the lead.
The Raptors. And with that,
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Nets have the basketball. Russell. To Redick. Calls out of bounds. Touched by J.J. Redick. Lowry into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Trying to cash in. The jumper's off the mark.
Cultures have communication. Great cultures have teammates that are willing to push you to limits that maybe you didn't even see that you had. But right now, there's no leader on this team. Everybody's just going their separate ways.
Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark. No good. Fires the three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Full throttle, right to the basket for the deuce.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Redick. To Russell. Shot clock winding down. Redick to Hollis Jefferson. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lowry. Oh, he had him there for a second. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Redick with it. His guy's down 3. To Hollis Jefferson. Serge Ibaka pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet. Goes to the right side. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Allen Crabbe. Here comes the screen. To the rim, lays it up and in.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you, me and you.
Deep 2 there, won't go. Deep 3, at the buzzer. Raptors ball as we get going here.
We got this. Let's go. Substitutions.
Screen, screen. Hey, good contest.
The screen sets him up for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not done yet. Kicks it outside. Going to launch beyond the arc. And he connects on the first free throw. Hits the second. One more coming. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Gets it in the right corner. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one goes down. And he makes them both. Toronto with the basketball.
Got ball. Got something for him.
To Ibaka. Deep right corner. Lowry. Well done. Kyle Lowry. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Kyle Lowry rejects it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Fires the three. Won't go down. Another shot stays out.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Raptors with the victory as they take care of business at home. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors added a win with today's solid victory. And more often than not, they were hitting the three when they popped from long range. Winning gets a lot easier when you're adding so many points to the scoreboard, 3 at a time. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors. When you have a look at these highlights, you can see how this team wasn't able to get it together. It was definitely a frustrating loss. Check out the leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. 3-point shooting. Player of the game.
And while you can't track leadership on a stat sheet, it was by far the most impressive thing he did in this game.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
I beg man, shut up. Let me see you, darling. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. My lie, 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 like. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Now bet you can. My mommy said I could be anybody. I said I want more money than no money. Break bread with that guy who made the Bugatti. Lifestyle is get money, burn everybody. Painting wife, go money to something. One who understands why I'm always. Who told you I can't handle my Is it? Call me talking. Yeah, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend, girls up. Let me see looking like my hobby. I'm living life like a Marvel movie. Stay alive, say hi to my. Take a ride, let's go on my. Why you surprised when I buy you? Who told you I ain't got no money? Who told you I can't handle money? You're on the floor, I'm still holding money. Got me talking. Hey, let me see you, darling. I love the weekend. Love the weekend. Let me see you, darling.
Metro don't trust you, homie.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life has shown you?
Straight.
Do you know?
Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend. 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 Yeah, me and my best friend. 7-Eleven, yeah, we can go legend. We can go legend, yeah, we can go legend. We can go legend. We can go legend. We can go legend, yeah. With my best friend. 7-Eleven, we can go legend. We can go legend. Legend. Like a phone legend. We can go legend, yeah. In my house, yeah. Hear alarms ringing through my house. Got them going, coming in and out. What you knowin', never run your mouth. Look, this not a drill, this the real thing. I do what the feelings. Make my blueprints on my life, got no ceilings. I create the energy that they keep stealing, yeah. Detroit legend, microphone legend, yeah. Shine a legend, my bro is John Legend, yeah. All this sunshine, it's still raining blessings. Skirt out the Maybach, I'm dressed fresher than my reverend, yeah. Oh my God, you out your socks, me and all my inner circle, we keep thinking out the box, dog. When life go too hard on you, you gon' go legend and not me. I got no other I go so hard, I might wake up with a concussion. The way I piece this together, man, it's puzzling.
Good evening from Toronto. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Grizzlies have long departed Vancouver. The Raptors are Minnesota controls the tip. T to Wiggins. Jonas Valanciunas sends it away. Wiggins.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Yes, Andrew Wiggins. Missed his first. That one goes.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Lowry. Fires the three. Not that time. Teague with the basketball. 2-point advantage. To Wiggins. For three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Teague with it up top. Up by 3. Drives, but his shot won't go down.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
And finishes strong.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Teague with the basketball. His team up by 1. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.